The early summer heat wave rolling along on this Thursday here in central and eastern Kentucky. Of course, the biggest difference, earlier development and thunderstorms scattered about, but any of these that have developed producing some very localized heavier rain and also a lot of lightning and the potential for gusty winds. Summer heat and humidity sticking around to end the week. Now, good news, temperatures are going to back off slightly. We're still going to be right around average for late June, but we'll have a few more storms in there as well. Looking down the road, good news, a break from the muggies, it looks like, as we kick off the month of July. Checking out Viper radar here, you see not a whole lot going on now in southern Kentucky. In fact, dry, but front and center here in Lexington and now stretching up toward Georgetown. We've had this cluster of thunderstorms. It's weakening out here around the ABC 36 studio, Jacobson Park, Chevy Chase, around East New Circle Road, but up toward the Horse Park, running up Interstate 75, US 25, Georgetown, up toward the Toyota plant. Is cell right over the Horse Park, probably a little small hail. And again, it's not moving, so ponding of water on the roadways, some minor flooding, not off the table. This cell creeping up the Bluegrass Parkway, just kind of clipping northeastern Washington County, about to move into Mercer and parts of Anderson County. It appears to be weakening. This cluster is as well as it approaches West Liberty, although it's still got a little bit of lightning in western Morgan County there around Easel, and then back into southern Menifee County, just a little bit of moderate to occasionally heavier rain. And notice a lot of this stuff's actually just kind of drifting back to the west and northwest. There's just no upper level winds at all to move these things, and that's why the localized flooding concern is with us. The high pressure bubble still in place, but it's weakened enough to allow some of these storms to crank up through the afternoon. Mount Sterling, some cloudiness in your area. It's dry, 90, and it feels like 97. So it's one of these deals where you have sunshine and there's no rain around. There was earlier near Jackson County at the Mesonet site. That's why it's only 86 with a heat index of 94. But top of the hour, 92 Lexington, 90 Danville, 91 in Frankfort. Look at the dew points, low 70s. How about upper 70s to around 80 down towards Somerset and Monticello? That's why we've got heat index values there, 100 or above, but everywhere else, not as bad as it has been the last couple of days. And obviously, eastern Kentucky with the rain-cooled air with the diminishing storms, that's helping matters. But tomorrow we'll do it all again. So they kicked the heat advisory out yet another 24 hours until 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. But I think we'll be in better shape after that. Still a lot of heat in the east. Do want to point out New York City, a little backdoor front, going from the upper 90s to around 100, low 70s. That's it for afternoon highs today. There's the aforementioned front to the north. The area of high pressure, again, it's beginning to weaken slightly, and it's going to be pushed back to the west. Things quiet down this evening. We'll be in the mid-70s in the morning. And then notice our futurecast, which hasn't showed a whole lot of organized storms the last couple of days looking ahead. It's got it around tomorrow, so keep that in mind. Very humid air, but notice the little tease of the dip in the muggy cast on Tuesday, and there's a reason for that. I'll show you that in a second. Again, the heat dome pushes back to the west a bit thanks to an upper level system. That's going to mean a few more storms around for the upcoming weekend. Not a washout, but nevertheless the chances will be around, so keep that in mind. Outdoor activities, definitely take the rain gear along. More unsettled weather. It'll be on the warm and muggy side early next week, but then we got a cold front that comes through here on Tuesday. It's going to be like a squeegee that's going to get rid of a lot of the humidity, so it should feel much better by the mid part of next week, with some warm temperatures sticking around heading toward the holiday. After the storms this evening, a few clouds, warm, muggy, low 70s. 92 tomorrow, hot and humid. Scattered storms will do it all again. The extended forecast, at least we're only talking upper 80s toward the end of the weekend, early next week. The front moves through as we welcome July, and we're still looking at some warm temperatures, but less in the way of humidity. Hopefully that holds heading toward the 4th of July, which of course is a week from tomorrow. Temperatures next Wednesday and Thursday in the mid to upper 80s.